Once again, this was with Branson, who was playing Maelish.
Maelish Manvilson, the gunslinging dwarf.
So yeah, just to recap, would you like to recap what exactly happened?
All
with
right.
Branson?
Well, Maelish Manvilson went to Yormborg to try to get his citizenship back by basically going to the conservatorium and showcasing his patent, or eventual patent, on a mobile harpoon gun. However, due to his old friend turned out to be a traitor and stole the plans from him after he showed a great deal of trust of showing it to him.
You fall onto your bed. And you're not out yet. But you see Yarvin take your beloved schema, your blueprints, and fold it neatly and put it in his pocket.
Alright.
Good luck to you, lad. And he leaves.
Well, shit. Okay, well...
You pass out.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah, no, I'm taking a nap. Alright, well, this is depressing.
Well, some things need to be.
Alright, so,
You wake up. I want you to roll me another Constitution, and this is just going to see how long it takes you to...
my D20 back?
I am so sorry.
It's okay. 14 plus 3, that's 17.
So you wake up, and you don't know what time it is. What do you do?
Alright.
Nothing is wrong in your room. The door is closed. The key is still in your pocket.
I go out the room. I'm assuming I remember what happened, and I...
You do. You do remember what happened, at least.
Okay. So I run up, I go down to the lobby, and... Well, this is when my low charisma is going to suck. I'm going to go to the bartender and go, "Can I talk to the owner?"
You want to... Here, give me... I need to just have this open, or just tear it out. You want to talk to Asta?
Yes, I want to talk to Aster.
I'll go get him. And he runs off, and the owner comes over. Asta comes over, the small dwarf with the graying beard.
Yes. Do you happen to know where I can find a Yarvin Steinerson?
I want you to roll an insight check.
14 plus 6, 20.
He says, no. You can tell he's lying.
I look at him and I go, "Yarvin, I simply wish to have a conversation with the man. Can you tell me where I could find him?"
Are you threatening me in my bar?
I'm not threatening. I'm asking a favor, please. I need to talk to him about something important, please.
I want you to make a persuasion roll.
Okay, -2 charisma. Don't fail me more than you would. 15 minus 2, 13.
13?
Yeah, 13, yeah.
He says, he's a good friend of mine. I wouldn't tell you where he was.
He was a good friend of mine too. I sailed with him for many a venture. But I guess nostalgia never clouded me. Look, well, it clouded me. Please, I'm not asking for it to betray him. I just want to talk with him.
All right. I can tell you where he stays. But if anything goes wrong, the militia will know about it.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And
I give him a gold coin.
He takes it and he goes, you can find him in the mid-levels. And then he tells you how to get there. And he goes, it's a bunkhouse. There's lots of working men who live there who are unmarried.
All right. Thank you.
Don't hurt him. He's important to me.
If I can help it, and trust me, I will be helping it as much as I can. There will be no harm. Thank you.
So
you're a good man, sir.
He kind of walks away, and he looks a little ashamed, like he feels like he gave up a little bit. Gave up something about someone he knew a little bit, but he also felt for you, I think.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I head straight towards where he told me to go.
So you start walking, and you go through a couple back alleys. Like I said, the city, like most dwarvish cities, are very well planned, very square blocks and square little parks and stuff. And you can tell that you're going into a deep part of the mid-level where you're not you're not on the main street anymore. You're starting to go into the back alleys a little bit, which aren't as bad. That you're probably guessing they're not as bad as the graves, but they're still a little tighter than the outside was. And you get to the location, and it is a simple door set in a very long building that makes up the alley that you're in right now.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Perception check. 16 plus 4. Perception. 16 plus 6. 22.
Awesome. You can definitely see some people eyeing you. They're definitely not criminal types, but they are people in windows, in floors above. There are people on the side of the street, and you can tell that these people are definitely Nurlo. Okay. The landless dwarves.
All right, yes. So this is a neural compound, all right?
Yeah.
All right. I just keep walking and I keep moving because I have one singular goal.
You're at you're at the place that he told you about, the bunkhouse.
All right. I knock on the door.
A homely dwarf woman comes to the door and says, "Hello."
Hello, ma'am. Can you show me to is there a Jarvan Steinerson at home?
She goes, yeah, but he just left.
Did he tell you where he was going?
He just told me he was leaving. He said that he wouldn't be in Yumbor anymore. I was just as surprised as you were. He's been living here for almost 8 years.
All right. Okay. Did he have anything in his hand? Was it just a pack? Or?
He had all of his belongings.
All of his belongings. Prayer moving out. All right. Okay. Are you? Is there anyone you would have told in here where he was going? Did he go with anyone else?
No, he seemed pretty eager to get away.
Okay. All right. Which way was? Did you know which way he was headed in the city, or what? Was it just like leaving in the city? Did you? Did she see? Did you see any way, that specific way he was going? Like, was he walking towards something, some part of the city?
He was walking toward the inner side. Why are you asking all these questions?
All right, I know where he's going. Thank you very much. I head to the lift.
So you head to the lift, and you weave your way through the city and make another perception check.
12 plus 6 is 18, yeah.
So you do notice the same dwarves that were watching you before are still watching you. As you weave your way through the small alleys and you make your way out into the main plaza that you saw before.
Okay.
You walk up to the lift, and there are 5 guards standing around it.
All right. I said, hello, my name is Maelish Manvilson. I was to have an appointment with the observatory today.
Sorry. I wasn't expecting you to say. Did you say today?
Well, yeah, that's right. I don't have any idea.
I'll let you restart. You did have a time, but you were supposed to be there tomorrow.
Oh, so it's still tomorrow. All right.
Right now, you can't tell because you haven't asked anyone what time it is.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Hello there. Have any of you seen a man named Jorvin Steinerson?
I know like 5.
Fair enough. I know who he looks like, what he looks like, right?
Yeah.
Can I describe him to the guys?
Yeah, you describe him. You say you talk about how he is a bit tall for a dwarf. He's got big, brawny arms from working on a ship for so long, and he has a pointed beard.
Okay.
A red pointed beard.
A red pointed beard. All right.
So you explain it. You explain to them, and they go, "No dwarf matching that description has come to these gates."
He was going to the inner city with blueprints.
Let me see your citizenship.
Sadly, I'm a Narla. My apologies.
Get out of here.
Very well.
Unless you're ready for your appointment tomorrow, get out of here.
All right. Inner city. He would be meeting with a blacksmith or a person to make this. Someone with the tools to do it. He might have the money too. All right. I go to the map kiosk.
Right. So you go back to the very front, which takes you quite a while.
Oh, really? That's how far? It's
that's right. As soon as you came out the tunnels is when you met up with the guy.
The thing is, I need to be able to figure out. Tell me, could you provide this Nerlo one small question?
Make
please?
it snappy, Nerlo.
Who is the best smith in this entire city, at least at this level?
Well, there's a man a couple blocks away, and he points off on one of the streets, shooting out into the city, and he goes, "It's right down there. It's called the Myth."
The Myth. Thank you very much. You're a good man, sir. And I run to the Myth.
So you run down the street, and you finally see a sign that says the Myth, and it's in the shape of an anvil.
All right. I walk in, and I go, "Has anyone seen a man named Jorvin Steinerson? A dwarf, not a man." Ignore that. That was out of character.
One of the dwarfs goes, "I know a couple Jorvins."
I describe what he looks like.
They go, I know who you're talking about, but he hasn't been in today. He runs around with, and the dwarf snaps and scratches his head and goes, he runs around with that gang. He runs around the footpads, they call themselves.
The footpads, all right?
Yeah, they the main thing they do is they take things to try to get back their citizenship. That's their only goal.
Of course, very well. Now, if I were to be so demanding of you, my good sir, can you lead me to where I can find these footpads?
Well, I shouldn't be telling anyone else, and I probably could get in a lot of trouble. They would come rough up my shop if I told you. But just don't tell anyone that I told you this.
You didn't.
There's a hideout, not a block from here. It's in a little corner, in a little bunkhouse, and he gives you the location for it. Now get out of here before anyone else sees you.
You're a good sir. You're a good dwarf, sir.
So you
Thank
burst
you.
through the door. You burst through the door, and you're just sprinting down the streets.
Okay.
And you get to the hideout, and you get to the door. Before you do that, can you give me a perception check?
Perception check is what makes high wisdom kind of awesome. 17 plus 6.
You notice people are still watching you, and it's out of the ordinary now that you're on the street, but you get to the main door of the house that he describes.
All right, I knock on the door.
No one answers.
I sigh, and I try to burst down the door.
Okay, you give me a strength check.
Okay, come on, strength, baby. Is that 6? That's a 6. Dang it.
You burst into the door, and it doesn't break, but it makes a loud booming noise into the rest of the dwarvish house. and someone comes to the door and opens and says, "What's the big idea?" And it's a big dwarf, and in his hand he holds a knife.
Hello.
He goes to shut the door on you.
I put my foot in the door jam and go, I'm here to make an offer.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I need to talk to a dwarf named Jarvin Steinerson.
What for?
I want to make a deal.
I don't know no Yarvin. You can tell he's lying. He's being pestilent. You both know that he knows who Yiner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He took something that was mine, that was to help me with my citizenship. Now,
He took something of mine as well.
I know. Oh, what did he take?
My dignity.
Your dignity.
And he starts laughing.
Oh, well, that's a good joke. I have heard many jokes like that. Here's the thing. Have you ever tried describing blueprints to someone if you don't know what it is?
You're talking gibberish.
He took something from mine. But I am the person that can make it work. I just need you to send me to him. I promise not to cause any more trouble.
He goes, "Get your foot out of my door."
And then maybe we could talk?
"Get your foot out of my door or I'll gut you." You also notice that there are people behind you. There's two dwarfs behind you that seem like they know.
I sigh, release my foot from the door and close
And the door slams shut and the two dwarfs say, "Get out of here."
I turn around and I go, have you ever been to sea?
Huh?
Have you ever been to sea?
That's none of your business.
Because here's the thing. Out here, citizenship, things that you desire, they mean nothing out there. I'm not getting my citizenship for my own sake. I'm doing it to help my mother.
So you say this, and one dwarf seems to look a little guilty, but the other one pulls a knife from out behind his pants, and he brings it out so that no one else can really see it, but you can.
I am a Nurlo, just like you. We warring against each other is just not right. We are supposed to support one another. We are not Nurlo. We are dwarfs, and a dwarf does not go to such low lengths to better themselves. They become stronger not through treachery, but through pride and craft. I simply wish to take what was mine at first. Here's the thing though. I know that if he goes in there with those things, they'll laugh at him because he won't know what he's talking about. And you know what will happen? He'll be hurt. And then maybe they'll find you because they'll say, why does this man have blueprints he doesn't know how to describe? Sure, he might know some things or two, but he doesn't know how to describe how he came up with this.
As you're talking, the one dwarf who looked guilty before seems to look like he is actually feeling bad at the moment. Like he hasn't reached for any weapons. He seems to shrink back, and he's distancing himself from the other dwarf that has the knife. And the one that has the knife grabs you, puts the knife to your neck, and walks you into a back alley.
Okay, I guess here comes combat time. All right, can I try to free myself from his grip?
Yeah, you can give a strength check, but to see if you can stop him from bringing you into the alley.
Okay. Oh, frick, another 6.
You beat him. So,
okay.
you push him down, and he gets back up and lunges at you with the knife.
Alright.
And he misses. He swings wide. What are you going to do?
All right. Okay. I am going to... I am going to punch him in the face.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
9 plus my strength, which is 2, 11.
You actually just hit him, so you got right in the number, so you're going to do half damage.
Fair enough.
So you're doing with your fist. So
Oh yeah,
that's
it's
a 1d4.
fist, so it's D4, yeah.
Yep.
2.
So you punch him right in the face, and he falls backwards, his nose bleeding. And in the scuffle, you got turned around, and he falls into the alley.
Yeah. I say to him, I have no quarrel with you. Please. I only have one thing I want, and that's my plans back.
He stands up and lunges at you again with the knife. And he misses again. You step out of the way just in time for him to miss.
Alright. I taunt him, I have been in tougher scuffles with my own friends.
He screams, and are you going to attack him?
I am going to grab him and try to, twist his arm the way that he drops his knife.
Okay. Give me a disarm strength check.
Disarming strength check. Come on, baby! Natural 20! Okay, guys, that was the first natural 20 of the session. And would have been more useful at the whole Constitution saving throw, but I'll take this.
So, Here, I need to roll something. So, you grab his arm and twist it. And as soon as you twist his arm, you hear a snap. And the knife drops out of his hand onto the floor, and he follows with, landing with a squelching sound on the knife. You hear screaming as the dwarf, now who has both a dislocated shoulder and a knife in his back and a bleeding nose, is squirming on the ground. And because you're in the alley, you look into the alley and you see the other dwarf standing in the alley with a shocked look on his face.
I look, is he still alive?
Oh, yeah, he's screaming.
Okay. Okay, he's screaming, so obviously I can't really talk to him right now. I turn and go, as I said, I'm not entirely green to scuffle. What I am saying, though, please, I just want my plans back.
As you take one step toward him, he jumps back a little bit and he goes, oh, don't touch me, don't hurt me, don't. I'll tell you where he is. I'll tell you where he is.
Thank you. Where is he?
He left. He didn't tell me where. He just said he was leaving. He was heading out on the boats. I don't know where he's going. He took whatever he'd earned and he left.
Why? Well, I give him 2 gold pieces. This should help bandage up your friend. Alright, I put it on the ground a little bit to the side and sort of walk past, and I give him 2 gold.
Yep.
And go, that should help I hope that helps patch up your friend.
As you walk away, you don't look back to see what the dwarf does, but you, at least for half a block, still hear screaming. And as you walk, you see guards run past you.
Yeah, and I do not keep the knife because I don't want
No,
to.
you never had it. It was in the dwarf.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because it fell out of his hands and then he fell
Sorry,
on top of it.
memory lapse.
No, it's okay.
It's his character flaw. Anyway, so I go to. All right, am I going? And while I'm walking, I'm reminiscing. So he left for somewhere else. What would you need with blueprints and plans? It's you need. If he was going for citizenship, he would have tried to pawn them off as his own at the observatorium. But where is he going now?
So where are you going?
I'm going to the shipyards. Well,
are you going there? Your stuff is still in the room.
Okay, I go to the inn, and I go to Atzer, is his name or something?
Yep, Atzer.
And I'll go, and I look at him and go, Jordan Steinerson has left the city.
Oh, really?
Don't worry. And I go, and I go, I'm going to follow him. All right? Is that okay with you?
Just don't get me involved.
That is a fair request, sir.
So you go up to your room, you get your things, and what do you do?
All right, I head to the shipyards or wherever that guy said whatever ship docks. They're only one.
Right before you leave, the woman,
yeah,
the wife of Atzers, says, "Hey, boy, stop."
Can I help you?
She goes, "Can I have the key back if you're leaving?"
Fair enough. I give him the.
And she goes, "And this is for you." And she drops 10 gold into your hand and says, "I'm sorry that this happened to you. Just make sure you don't hurt him when you get him."
Good friends. Sometimes people do bad things, but cruelty is never the deserving punishment. Only justice. And it is not my place to grant justice. I just want what is mine back.
She nods her head and goes back to the stew that's still that she's cleaning out.
All right.
So you rush through the town heading toward the docks. You get through the tunnel and the world opens up around you. You see the ocean all around you, and you run down the switchbacks and across the roads to the port where there's a small little port city.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of piers.
All right. I want to talk to the quartermaster or whatever the person is.
Port authority?
The authority that basically can manage who goes where and who's going on what ship and whatever. Whoever has a ledger of passengers aboard ships.
So you run up. And you go, there's a port authority office that you passed on your way through the port when your ship landed.
All right.
And you knock on the door, and it's a small, dinky little shack, basically made out of wood. It's better than most of the houses in this area, but it's still there. And out comes a grizzled old dwarf with a pure white beard and tanned golden skin. What you want?
I want to know if there's been a Yarvin Steinerson having left on a ship of recent.
Why would I know the people that leave? I don't keep records. That's for the ships to handle.
Is there anyone I can ask to see if there's...
Well, here, come inside. And he opens the door. So you come inside and he looks through, and his house is a mess. You see paper strewn across, all sorts of ledgers, and he goes to a very specific spot on his table, and he pulls up a piece of paper and he goes, "Right here is a list of all the ships that left. And today we didn't have very many ships leaving. We only had 3.
Where did they go?
Well, there was one that..." And so you look on the list. One that leads to Bailo in Peredomie. There's a Hermsman, Dwarvish city, as you know. Okay. And there's also the third location was the Artan, which is also a Dwarvish city. I can direct you to where those piers left off, what pier those left off from.
Thank you very much, sir.
So he gives you the locations of the 3 piers where the 3 boats left off.
Okay.
Which one do you want to...
All right, I'm going to go to the first one, the one with Paradonia.
So you go up to the pier, and in front of each pier there's a little shack where a guard is posted.
Hello there. I understand a ship left for Paradonia recently?
Yeah, what you want to know?
Is there a ledger of all the people who went on that ship?
I wouldn't have that. The ship would, but who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a man named Yarvin Steinerson. He has a pointy beard, a little taller than most dwarfs, red hair.
I think I saw him. He was on the boat not long ago.
He was on the boat?
Headed for Bailo, which is in Paradonia, an elvish city.
I look at him and I go, elves? And I what the? Are you sure? Are you sure that's him?
If you explained him correctly, he had a little tall for a dwarf, pointy red hair, pointy beard, muscular.
All right, yeah, that's him.
Thank you very much, sir. When's the next boat that leaves for that city?
I wouldn't know that, but there's a bulletin out in front of the wharfs where you could find out leaving times for boats and such.
You're a good man, sir. Thank you.
So you head out and you go to the bulletin. And on the bulletin, you see a list of all the ships that are planning on leaving and how much it costs to board. And you see one boat that says Bail Low.
Right.
And the name of the ship is the Arquebus.
The Arquebus. All right.
And the Arquebus, and it says right next to it, 30 gold.
I look at my purse. Is it possible that I can do some labor on there?
You're talking to a bulletin board.
I guess I am. Okay, I guess I go over to... Is there a location that I can go to see if I can get passage on the ship?
You walk down the wharfs, and you see all of the ships, the big metal dwarven ships.
Okay.
And you see a slightly smaller, a little worse for wear boat, with some dwarves pounding on it, and you see an angry looking captain standing outside yelling at a man covered in soot. And on the side of the boat it says the Arquebus.
I look at it. I've seen Dwarfs.
You have.
I walk up the gangplank and...
Hi, what you doing on my ship?
I would like to, are there any positions of labor workers on here? I need to get to Belo, and I was wondering, I'll pay you, but is it possible that I can get a discount if I do some labor aboard the ship?
Well, this ship ain't leaving if we can't even fix the damn thing.
I can work with that. I've worked on many
Well,
ships.
you're better than... If you can do any better work than this piece of work right here, and the other dwarf shakes his head and throws his arms up in the air, disgusted. And he goes, "Right, follow me, lad," the one covered in soot. And he leads you down into the ship, down through the cabin, into the very, very cramped engine room that many dwarvish ships have.
Right.
And you see what looks like was a fire. And I want you to give me a tinker check.
Tinker check. I'm assuming it's applied to wisdom.
Yes.
Natural 20 again.
Dude, no way. That's the perfect one. You walk in, and in a split second, you have seen this exact type of misfunction happening in your father's boat. And he was so aware of it that that's one of the first things he taught you about the boat was that this one thing continues to happen.
All right.
And as long as you can get into the gears and take something out that blocks the gears when soot builds up in the gears, you can fix it.
All right.
So you make your way, you push past a dwarf who's got his arm stuck halfway up and is scratching his head and cannot figure it out. And you push past him and you reach in and reach behind the engine block and you feel the gear and you pull out and all the soot falls out of the engine block and it starts to hum.
Well, that's how it's done, I guess.
Hi, how do you know that? Says the dwarf who's scratching his head.
Training, my friend. Training and good mentor.
And he reaches his hand out and you shake hands and you had soot on your hand and now he has it on his.
Yeah.
So you walk up and as you're walking up into the middle cabin, you hear the captain going, "Oi, did he fix it?"
It should be running a bit better, so that should help.
You're my hero, lad. We wouldn't have made it. We're leaving in 1 hour if you're up for it.
I'm up for it, sir. How much gold will you need for safe passage?
Just because you've been so much of a help to me, all I need is 10 gold to cover the food that it will take to
That is fair.
house you.
That is fair. Thank you, sir.
I give him the 10 gold on the spot.
So he asks you to run down into the to the engine room again and just do a quick checkup on it.
All right, yeah. Do I roll for...
No,
okay.
I'm not going to make you. So you run around in the cabin for about an hour, and as soon as you've looked at all the things in the engine room and you feel confident that it'll make it, you head back up to the dock just as you feel the engine kicking in and you pushing out of the harbor.
Yeah. All right.
You look out and you see the setting sun, and you know you are not that far behind Yarvin, who has your livelihood.
Okay, yes. Dramatic. Staring off to the sunset.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening. This has been Mac with the Role Players Podcast. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Hopefully it was as much fun to play as it was to listen to. Quick plug, whatever site you were on, take a couple seconds, look down below, give our podcast a review. It's really helpful for other people to find our content and to spread our audience, basically. Have a great day.